The message was intercepted on the edge of Sol system, transmitted on a scrambled Imperial relay. It was not meant for human ears, but it was heard. Inside the black glass bunker beneath Geneva Command, Earth's Strategic Defense Intelligence decrypted the signal. The contents silenced the room. The human specimens, particularly the young, demonstrate remarkable adaptability. Their suffering seems to accelerate their neural development. Recommend transferring 20 more subjects to the Karshak breeding stations for further long-term testing. Enslave the rest. Resistance expected to be minimal. The silence was broken only by the sharp crack of Director Alia Iqbal's knuckles. Then, grimly, inform the War Council. Operation Iron Resurrection is now active. Day 1. Orbit over Terra. Admiral Sung Park stood on the bridge of the UNS Retribution, Earth's most advanced dreadnought. Once hidden under Antarctic ice, it now led a fleet unlike anything the galaxy had seen. Ships bristling with quantum railguns, AI-guided torpedoes, and cloaked strike cruisers powered by miniaturized singularity cores. The time for diplomacy was over. Earth had held back for decades, pretending to be the naive newcomer to the galactic scene. That mask had shattered the moment they learned what the Empire had done to their children. Sung tapped the interface. Are we green across the board? All systems online. Fleets Alpha through Epsilon reporting combat ready. Sung turned to the viewing screen. The coordinates of Karshak Prime, the site of the largest Imperial child labor complex, blinked red. Jump. Day 3. Karshak Prime, Galactic Core. The Galactic Empire's capital had never known fear. Its sky was always blue, its towers untouched by war. It was the seat of what they called order, enforced by cruelty masked as law. That illusion cracked when the UNS Retribution and her sister ships decloaked directly above the planetary defense grid. Karshak's orbital command barely had time to send a warning before Earth's first volley struck. Quantum-pulsed rounds punctured the planetary shields like paper. The second volley shattered the defense platforms. By the time Karshak's ground-based anti-air began targeting Earth's ships, human strike pods had already landed. They didn't come in stealth. They came in vengeance. Ground assault. The black flag falls. Commander Nia Osei led the first breach team into Karshak Sector 9, where the human children were being kept. They had no uniforms, only the black armor of Earth's Deathwing, the elite soldiers trained in every terrain, fluent in every alien dialect, and prepared for one thing: retribution. The facility guards were unprepared. Most had never seen a human, let alone one armored in neutron-absorbent plating, wielding grav hammers and plasma blades. The first wave of guards fell before they could raise a proper defense. Inside the compound, the smell of antiseptic couldn't mask the rot of cruelty. Emaciated children, some barely 6 years old, stared blankly from containment cages. Neural prods, feeding tubes, and shock collars adorned them like grim jewelry. Osei's voice trembled with fury. Secure them. Stabilize who you can. And burn this hell down. Her second-in-command, Lieutenant Granger, asked, "What about the staff?" She looked at the cages, then turned to Granger. No prisoners. Galactic Senate emergency session. Back on the core worlds, the Senate buzzed with panic. Karshak has gone dark. What species has this capability? One senator from the Voltari hissed, "The humans, they are behind this. It was their world we enslaved." "Impossible," said a Jalari noble, eyes wide. "They are primitives." "Not anymore," another interrupted. "They came with weapons our sensors couldn't even identify. Their ships moved through interdiction fields as if they didn't exist." The floor shook as a new message came through, broadcasted across the entire galactic network. It was a human, Director Alia Iqbal. She stood calmly in front of the black flag of Earth, her voice even, her message brief. "We did not start this war, but we will end it. There will be no negotiations, no diplomacy, no trials." Her eyes narrowed. "You stole our children. Now we come for yours." Campaign of Fire. Over the next 30 days, Earth launched simultaneous assaults on every known Imperial slave facility. Planet after planet fell. Not because of overwhelming numbers, but because of overwhelming will. Earth's soldiers didn't seek conquest. They didn't leave behind banners. Only scorched craters and freed innocents. Entire legions of Imperial defenders surrendered at the mere sight of Earth's flag, black, with a single silver line slashed across it like a blade. And behind the military came something far worse: Earth's AI systems. Autonomous drones that hunted slave traffickers, decoded hidden archives, and launched surgical orbital strikes on any verified collaborator. No warning. No trial. No survivors. A personal reckoning. On the mining moon of Veltana 4, High Overseer Dredge of the Slatherei Empire had supervised specimen conditioning for nearly 3 decades. Hundreds of human children had passed through his hands. When Earth arrived, he expected a traditional siege. What he got was far more terrifying. The UNS Eidolon, an infiltration-class stealth vessel, entered the moon's orbit without notice. Within minutes, Earth's Black Ops Unit Spectre was in the facility. They didn't speak. They didn't threaten. They just moved through the halls like ghosts, executing every guard with clinical precision. Dredge was captured. He was not taken to trial. He was not offered mercy. He was dragged into the same cell block he'd once ruled. And there, in front of cameras streaming live to every planet in the Galactic Empire, Earth's soldiers opened the cages. Dozens of liberated children walked forward. Each was given one command: do as he did to you. The footage was cut just before the screams began. But everyone saw enough. The message was clear: collapse of the Empire. By the 90th day, the Empire's chain of command had crumbled. Former allies turned on each other. Dozens of client species seceded overnight, swearing allegiance to Earth or declaring neutrality to avoid retaliation. The galactic markets crashed. Military academies emptied. Slave-trading species went into hiding. Earth didn't care. They weren't building an empire. They were dismantling one. Piece by bloody piece. Aftermath, the Reckoning Code. When the dust settled, Earth enacted the Reckoning Code, a set of tenets uploaded into galactic law by sheer force. No species shall enslave another. Violators will be purged without negotiation. All child labor, trafficking, and experimentation is punishable by extermination. Earth watches. Earth remembers. Earth takes no prisoners. The galaxy would not forget. Epilogue: The Memorial. On the remains of Karshak Prime, Earth constructed no palace, only a quiet garden. At its center, a monument built from melted Imperial chains. On it, an inscription in a dozen languages. You took our children. You thought us weak. You were wrong. A small child, now free, placed a single wildflower at its base. And far above, in orbit, Earth's ships continued to patrol, not as conquerors, but as eternal sentinels. Because the galaxy had made one unforgivable mistake. They had hurt Earth's children. And Earth never forgot.